Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer Stay. This is Coloring Bliss. Today we're going to talk about Crayola, specifically Crayola paint sticks. Not just one box, but two boxes. I have these ones here that are called Acrylic paint sticks, quick dry multi-surface paint, and then these are called Washable paint sticks, quick dry multi-surface paint. I'm confused. Are these the same products in just two different containers, or do we have two different products here? Now, this type of product is fantastic for backgrounds, and we're going to experiment a little bit with that here in a minute. See if you can color with these, or should they be just for expressive painting? We have a lot of questions. Let's get started with Crayola paint sticks. All right, let's start by talking about how I found these. I was on dickblick.com and they were showing new products, and this one came up, this acrylic paint stick by Crayola. And I wondered, because I've seen these paint sticks before, if they were the same thing. So on Amazon, as of January 2025, these acrylic paint sticks are only $9.99. That's 83 cents per stick. These paint sticks here, we'll call them the washable paint sticks, are on sale for $8.99. That's 75 cents per stick. Both packs you get 12 sticks. This one you get a gold and a silver. We'll look at the swatches here in a minute to see if we think they're an actual metallic or just two more colors for the set. Some things that are different between the two according to the packaging. These are both non-toxic. These ones right here say they're not for children under 3 years old. Let me bring that up to camera so you can see the age on this one right here. Now on the acrylic paint sticks, they have a different age limit. Right here, they're saying 8 and over for these Crayola paint sticks. Now, I think, let's see, these are made in South Korea, and these here are also made in South Korea. So I'm not sure, like, are they doing the chubby paint sticks for smaller kids, easier to hold than these more pencil-like sticks? Maybe, I'm not sure. We have a lot to look at. Let's look at each here. I'll open this box and take this out. So these come in a nice tray like this, and they look like this. Pardon my fingers, they're a little bit dyed from playing around with these crayons already. I've been smearing and blending with them, and that's the result. So when they say they're washable off skin, they do wash off, but they do leave behind a bit of a stain or a residue. So this is what the green looks like. Just like that. It's like a chubby crayon, and then you can twist the end to get the product to advance a little further along as you use it. And the other thing I really liked about the acrylic paint sticks is that the cap posts at the end, so as you're coloring and creating with it, you can get it out of your way, and it works really well that way. Okay, let's look at the washable paint sticks. And I'll grab the green again. This is what it looks like. Isn't it adorable? Neither product have color names on these, which is kind of sad. I wish they had product names because Crayola is so good at names. But this is what this one looks like. A nice, really fat, chubby stick. Kind of like a glue stick is what this reminds me of. And you can stack it when you reverse the cap like that, but it's not as good. It doesn't hold on really great. It comes off pretty easy. So stackable, yes, but not perfect. And again, you twist it just like a glue stick to advance the product inside. All right, let me show you how they turned out when I swatched them. All right, here you can see the Crayola washable paint sticks and how they swatched out. all in all, I was a little disappointed with the colors. Like the yellow is such a light lemony yellow, almost not a yellow at all. And some of them are, I don't know, they just fell a little flat. Like this is supposed to be black, and it's definitely not black. It's a more of a charcoal gray. So what I did was I swatched full strength the product on the left hand of the square, and then on the right I swatched a little dollop at the top, and then using some water and a paintbrush I activated to see how water soluble it is. And I did that immediately after swatching, because the Swatch, they claim that they are quick drying, and so I wanted to see if you were working with them in this situation where you just laid it down and you want to activate it with water, what does it do? And most of them you could rinse out the color fully and get this nice tint of the strong color. The other thing I checked was, as I went, how fast were these drying, and they do dry quickly. I was impressed. But the story changes when we move to the acrylic paint sticks. So let me pull those over here and switch our swatching chart. Look at the difference in the vibrancy in these. This is more what I was expecting. Look how strong that red is compared to the red over here. It's just night and day. This is pink, but that's the red that they gave us. And look at that red. Look at the black. Amazing. We also ended up with a white, so I swatched it on a little black piece of paper here. We get sort of a peachy sort of skin tone. It's a little bit different than my skin, but you could use it as a skin tone. And then you get a really pretty brown. Again, the brown here isn't bad, but not as good as this brown as far as pigmentation, strength of color. Look at the yellow compared to the yellow over here on the kids set. So this was the very first as I started to discover that they are two very different products. Also, when I did the same type of swatching, full strength on the left, a little dollop on the right, and then used my wet paintbrush to try to activate it, it hardly budged at all. We got some of the color to come away, but you can see very easily where I put that dollop of color. I couldn't wash it away totally. So these are two very different products. So swatching alone taught us that they are very different products. And this is why I always say you should get out your products when you buy them and swatch them and really experience them, because you'll find out so much. Okay, next thing I did was I grabbed my fun sketchbook here where I just experiment with products that we bring in here at Coloring Bliss. So let me show you in this book. Right here is where we're at with experimenting with the acrylic paint sticks. So that's these guys are over here, and then the washable paint sticks are on the right side. So on both, I tried to do sort of a rainbow blend to see what I could get from that type of blend. So I laid down the yellow, then I laid down the orange and used my finger to sort of smear and make that line between the two colors a little less blunt and more blended out. And you can see, like, between the red and the orange, I did a really good job. So sometimes with the acrylic paint sticks, it was drying so fast that I didn't have blending time with my fingers. So that's really important to know, because my intention with this product is to use it for backgrounds and to do like dreamy, stylized, blended backgrounds with this product. And the acrylic paint sticks have this really vibrant color, but they dry really fast, which is really important if you're coloring with this in a coloring book and you don't want some of the product to bleed onto the other side or smear onto the other side of the page. these are going to dry down enough that you can close up your book and not be concerned about that. In fact, I had this book closed, and you can see there was no color transfer from this side to this side. It all stayed put where it was supposed to be. Now, one question I have that we haven't really talked about yet. We've got the blending going on. Oh, I did want to mention that the blend for the rainbow over here went easier because the washable paint sticks dry just a little slower than the acrylic paint sticks. So it is a slightly different formula that allows you that blending time, but it still dries down to where it doesn't transfer. Let me find a finger that's not stained. It doesn't transfer onto your hand, so it's not going to transfer onto the reverse side of the page, the opposite side. Okay, so here I have 3 swatches, one with the acrylic sticks, one with the washable sticks, and I wanted to see, now that they've had time to really solidly dry, are they soluble, these little swatches, are they soluble with water? We'll test water on the left, and I want to test a solvent, odorless mineral spirits, on the right to see if I can budge these colors at all now that they're bone dry. Let's do the test. All right, let's talk about the acrylic paint sticks. This set over here. Over here, once you hit it with water, no movement at all on the color. So you could really depend on it being pretty permanent once it's laid down, because even with odorless mineral spirits, we tried to get it to move and it just barely moved. I'll give you a different angle of that. So these, the acrylic paint sticks, are very permanent once dry. That's really cool. Now over here on the right side, we've got the washable paint sticks, which I assumed would reactivate with water, and I was correct. We've got lots of movement of the color with just plain water. So that's really cool if you're working with this product and you want to, for instance, come in with your wet brush and soften these edges of something that you've drawn. Just get lots of water going here, and you can move and soften these edges like this. So I'm pretty impressed by that as a property of these different products. This one here is permanent once dry. This one here, you can still move it a little bit with water once it's dry. I tried odorless mineral spirits on this side too, and surprisingly, I think the odorless mineral spirits worked worse over here than they did with the acrylic paint sticks over here. We got more movement on the OMS side than we did on the OMS side over here. So that's pretty interesting. Now I've drawn a little illustration here, a messy little flower, but I wanted it to be really loose and with small details, just like what you would encounter if you were coloring in a coloring book with these. Can you color with these little paint sticks and make something pretty? I'm going to try a little red violet with dark violet and try to do a 2-color blend in each of these little petals, and then we're going to do the same type of effect over here on the left and see if we can get some coloring going on. Does it work? I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, you can see I struggled on both sides. Let me bring that up close to camera. They're just a very clumsy blunt piece of beautiful color, and they don't like to go into small details. The other thing I discovered is that the Crayola washable paint sticks are a little more translucent, so the line work shows up through the color a little more than it does over here on the acrylic paint stick side. So I thought that was interesting. But you know, if I wanted to try to color these leaves, they're such small details, I would definitely reach for the acrylic paint stick first, because it has a smaller, not so clumsy, big bulbous end. So I can get into the details, but it causes crumbs. You can't get a clean edge. If this is the look you're looking for, a little bit clumsy, rough, textured type look, then these are really fun and you can color with them, but I wouldn't recommend it. They are frustrating. Now when you move over to this one, let's grab the green out of here, and you can see we've got this huge surface to color with. So I've been coloring on the edge of the stick, and that's the only way to do even medium details. These aren't even small details. So are they ideal for coloring? I would say no, not in this situation. You can do it, but it doesn't look that great when it's done. Okay, so the question is, what are they good for? What can you use them for? Here I've got a fun little illustration I did inside my book here, and I would like to have a background on it. So let's see if we did, I've got two blues in the acrylic paint sticks, kind of a lightish turquoisey blue and a more royal strong blue. I think that would make a really good background. So let's play around with, I think I've got the same type of blues. Yeah, I've got a more solid regular blue and a more turquoise blue here. So let's work on laying down a background using these products. We'll do this right hand side with the washable, and we'll do the left hand side with the acrylic. So I've got the caps off, and I'm just going to start going for it here and come right up close to the edge. And then come in with the other color. Blend that out, be a little splotchy with the coloring so that you can come in with the other blue and fill in those gaps. I'm wondering if I can take a wet paintbrush and push it up into those little tiny details. Yeah, that worked. Okay, let's do that again here. Take the paintbrush and push it right up in there with just some plain water, because we learned odorless mineral spirits didn't work that great with either product. Blend that in. I love how fast this covers areas. Let's advance the product up. Now, as we're working with this brings up another question. I'm not sure, the ones that I'm using right now are only $8.99, so 75 cents per stick. But I don't know if volume-wise one has more than the other, because it seems like this one is shorter but thicker. Yeah. So I'm not sure which one is the best value. The other ones are 83 cents per stick, so a little bit more per stick. Yeah. All right, I'm going to keep working here. Make my way around half of this illustration. And I'm going to use my wet brush when I need to push the colors up right into tiny details. So I will time lapse this for you and be back in a little bit. Okay, I really like how this is looking. Let me turn it this way. Look how interesting. I also threw in some green at the end, so I'll probably do the same thing on the other side. But it looks so pretty. I love it. And the fact that it's water soluble, I was able to activate it and really mix it in and have some fun with it to get that look right there. Let's see what kind of look these create. And I gotta say, these are messy. If you get these for kids, be prepared for a mess. It's crazy. Okay, I'm going to work on it from this angle now, and let's see what the acrylic paint sticks can do. Alright, I just finished. This is the acrylic side, and in fact I think I'm going to write with the blue here. Acrylic. Nope, they don't write very well. Let's just use a gel pen. Acrylic paint sticks. And this side is the washable paint sticks. Steve just stopped by. He couldn't stay, but I asked him which side he likes better. And he prefers this side, the acrylic paint stick side. He likes that it's all swoopy and dreamy and blendy. But he likes the texture we were able to achieve over here on the washable paint stick side. So I want you to comment below which side do you like better. I decided not to take it all the way out like I did over here, but to keep it in a little bit just to save some of the product. This is already dry when I touch it. This, because we used water, no, oh, maybe it's still a little wet right up top, but it's almost dry too. So definitely, if you're looking for a product that is water resistant, a little bit more blendable with just your finger, but you have to work fast because of the acrylic nature and the quick dry nature, the acrylic paint sticks are the one for you. If you're going for something you can add water to get the blends to do different things, like for instance, I bet we could drip water on this and wait a few seconds and lift and get a different effect. Let's give that a try. I really think the washable ones have more versatility, more you can do with it because of the water solubility, but I think I prefer working with the acrylic paint sticks for this more swoopy, blendy type look that we were able to achieve. They're two very different products. It's really fun to experiment. Let's give this a few more seconds and then we'll lift these water droplets. Okay, while I was cleaning things up, I was leaving this. Oh yeah, see? Oh, cool. I was leaving it, and now I'm using just a dry paper towel, and I'm not smearing or anything. I'm just patting down and lifting up, and we get this really cool splatter effect with even more texture. This one is really cool, the washable paint sticks. Look at all the texture and all the different effects we can try. That's just really fun. I like that. All right, so what is the last final thoughts on paint sticks by Crayola? I have learned that these are two very different products, and they're both really a lot of fun. Price-wise, they're very similar. We're $10 here, $9 here. That's on Amazon in the US as of January 2025. So I think either set you would be happy with if you're working for backgrounds and big expressive coloring. These are not great for small details and line work. They're just too blunt of an instrument when you need something much more, with much more finesse if you're going to do smaller details. But for big, expressive backgrounds, I think these are a lot of fun, and I think kids would have fun, but be prepared for them to get messy. They say they're washable, and they are, but they are messy. And here is our big coloring page here with the background experiment on it. I don't know, now that you can do those little droplets and lift them off, I'm liking this side a little bit more than the acrylic side. So I guess the end of the story is that I like both products. Comment below, which one are you drawn to, the acrylic, more permanent side, or the water-soluble, washable paint stick side? I'd like to know your take, and are you going to try them out in your art? I'll have links, Amazon links for both of these. They're affiliate links, which means if you click on it, it helps me out as a little business, gives me a little kickback, and it doesn't cost any extra money to use. So I'd sure appreciate that if you're going to purchase them to use my Amazon affiliate links. This was a lot of fun. I love big expressive art pieces like this. It makes me want to do like a solar system or something like that with these water washable paint sticks, the water soluble ones. I think that would be a lot of fun. I don't know though, this dreamy side is pretty cool. And if I extended it way out to the edge, that would be really neat. Lots of fun. I love art. I love all the different art products we can try, and that there's always something new to inspire and get our creativity going. Art is the best. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope I've inspired you to try something new. I hope you have a wonderful, colorful, blissful day. Bye-bye, everyone. Oh, hi, Rose. Did you wake up? You slept through that whole video. You're such a tired girl. Yeah.